All right, guys, we are live. Can everybody see me and hear me? Oh, shit. Hold on, guys. All right. 60-1 bet on the Seahawks. That's pretty good, man. You did well. All right, cool. So we're just gonna stream until I want to go to bed, I guess. Yeah, the channel banner. I haven't changed that in a long time. I'm gonna have to remember how to.
Been watching for a few years now, just wanted to say thank you for all your work.
Aiden, thank you for the 20 super chat. It is a lot of work, but I do love it. I do like doing it a lot. Yeah, Murphy, man. Everything you could ever want him to be. Yeah, I saw the Clint Kubiak thing, but we knew. There was no chance of him pulling the rug out there. Hey, Nolan. Yeah, defensive line. All right, I'm going to give people another minute or two to gather up before I really start talking, but we're just going to go until I'm tired, I guess. Yeah, I think we have to re-sign Walker anyway. But yeah, that makes it a little bit easier. The thing is, it's going to be more expensive now, but whatever.
I will join the bandwagon. AMD, appreciate the work you do. Do you think we still trade for Crosby, or do you think Knee gets him?
Goma, thank you for the $5. Crosby. Well, I think a bunch of different teams are going to try to trade for him, like Buffalo, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Almost any contending team except for like Denver will be in on that. No, Riley Mills didn't have 2 sacks. He had 1. Will Walker get Saquon money? He's not a Saquon. No, not at all. Saquon is an all-pro running back. Walker's never even made a Pro Bowl. Like, he's a good player, but let's not go crazy here. I think 12 million would be the most. What do we do about Woolen? I think the plan was to let him walk. And I think that's still the plan. Hey, Kyle. No, this team's better than the 2013 team. This team's better, I think. This team has a better offense. Do we lose DeMarcus? Only if he retires. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Yeah, Will Campbell, man. That's one of the worst games you'll ever see an offensive lineman play.
What a season, man.
Yeah, what a season indeed. I agree. Any cool plans for off-season content? Oh, a ton. I mean, I don't know if cool is the right word. It's just going to be, the typical stuff. Isn't the franchise tag $12 million for running backs? Something like that. I don't think they're ever going to give MVP to a kicker. I think that's just like not something that the league would ever do. What are your thoughts on signing Lindstrom? I haven't really thought about that one. Wait, Lindstrom? Well, last year was Kendrick. Who were the halftime shows before then? I don't even remember most of the recent ones. But I don't listen to Bad Bunny. I don't really have much of a stance there. Barner was awesome today. Yeah, he was good. Needed somebody because they did take away JSN. I got to give New England credit there. Not that it mattered, but they did take away JSN pretty well. Oh, Linderbaum. Okay. I mean, I'm open to it, of course. Yeah, Usher. Okay. Honestly, I barely paid attention to the halftime show because I was busy writing something for Seahawks on SI. Oh, yeah, Rihanna. Thank you for the member message, Carson. Yeah, Derek Hall, man. After not really doing all that much rushing the passer in the regular season, great time for him to kick in.
We freaking did it, Brendan. As an OG of the channel, I'm really happy for you. We won the Super Bowl. And pure humiliation to that team. 12-1.
Yeah, we did it. Like, it's really hard to capture the moment, you know? Because obviously this is so much bigger than any other video I've ever made, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know what to do other than what I typically do. Who do you want as our week 1 opponent? The Bears would be fun. I think the Bears would be fun. We set a record. No, Super Zeke. We had the record, and then they took away Witherspoon's second sack and turned that into an interception instead of a fumble. So we do not have the sack record, but it was still up there.
Happy Nino and Shaq got their rings post-lob, guys.
Yeah, Nino and Shaq. I mean, obviously, it's not going to hit the same as a ring when you're a Pro Bowler, but I'm sure they appreciate it. Apparently, it's not going to be the Rams because the Rams are going to play the Niners in week 1. So I don't think it's going to be the Rams. I think that they're doing that Australia game with the Niners and Rams week 1, right? Wait, do we play the Patriots next year? I forget. I know we play the Raiders. Do we play the Patriots? I guess we do. Okay. I forgot about that. Hey, Lion fan. What would you consider too much in a Nwosu restructure? We can't restructure Nwosu. He has 1 year left on his deal. I feel bad for Lockett. Yeah, I feel bad for a few different people. I still have love for DK despite all the crap. Gino, of course. Guys like Chris Carson. Even Jamal Adams, man. Like, there is some part of me that's like, too bad. But It is what it is. And at the end of the day, all these guys are making a ton of money.
May feel like recency bias, but I really do hold this season in higher regard over 2013 after this game.
Me too, Jybra. I think it's a better team. It's a better overall team.
Thanks for everything, brother. Go Hawks.
Thank you, Roy. I appreciate that as well. It's not over. I'm going to make videos tomorrow, and then I'm going to make videos for the rest of the week, the rest of the month, and the rest of the year. Raiders week 1. I mean, it would work. It would work. I would like to play the Bears, though, man. Another one was Carlos Dunlap. Because we traded for him from the Bengals right before the Bengals made the Super Bowl, and then we never won a playoff game with him. You should make a video comparing the 2013 team to the 2025 team. I kind of did that a while ago with the defense specifically. I didn't talk about the offense, but to me, it's very obvious that the offense is way better than the 2013 offense. Is McDonald a coach that celebrates for a week, then like back to work? Well, what's he going to get back to work on? Like, what's he going to get back to work on at this point? The players aren't going to be there with him. There's not new game tape to process because there's no games. Dunlap was on the Chiefs when they won the Super Bowl? I forgot about that. We'll talk plenty about the Kubiak replacement in the coming weeks. I have a lot of videos planned about that, so don't even worry about that. You going to the parade? I might have to figure that out, Hawkline. I may have to arrange that. It's not easy for me to get up there. I'll say that much. I was at the last one, though. Well, there's only one punter in the Hall of Fame, right? So that's tough. Does John Schneider make it to the Hall of Fame? I think so now. He does.
Thank you for all the insight over this season.
Thank you, Davis. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got a ton of free agency stuff to go through before the draft, too. Where's the cigar? I don't have one. I can't smoke a cigar down here, guys. I'm in a basement. Right? Yeah, I don't really care about draft picks that much. The only thing that's bad for me about the Seahawks trading draft picks is that I'll have less to talk about during the draft. But honestly, this draft is not good. Do you think we extend Sam? Typically, John Schneider doesn't do that. It'll depend on what Darnold wants. Do you think the Raiders will wait before to promote Kubiak? Well, it doesn't really matter, right? He can still celebrate the victory while being coach of the Raiders. I might do the hot tub stream tomorrow. I gotta make sure the hot tub's set up. I'm not actually sure if it's filled right now. I'm gonna have to go check it tomorrow and make sure everything's good. Parade's Wednesday? Yeah, that's what I heard too. I'll see what I can do. Who do we get as Reek's replacement? There are a couple different guys. I'm not going to get into it too much. If we keep our first round pick, maybe a guy like Brandon Cisse. For you, which position we must improve? We got to improve edge rusher because I think we're losing some guys this offseason. Glazier said the Raiders will get more for Crosby than Dallas got for Parsons. We can afford that. Our picks aren't even that good. Our picks are not even that good. Who cares? F them picks. Hendrickson, I don't want Hendrickson that much. I don't know. Hendrickson, I think there are some warning signs there. He's like already over 31. I feel like he's on the brink of falling off.
Who's finna be our most costliest loss now? Kubiak?
Yeah, Cyrus. I don't think any loss we have will be bigger than the loss of Kubiak. So, yes. Yeah, I forgot Dunlap was on that Chiefs team. That's pretty cool. I can dig it.
Thanks for everything you do, B. Feels good to say we won the last game of the season. Smiley face emoji.
Thank you, 13. Myers is probably going to be pretty close to the highest paid kicker in the league, and I guess that's okay. I'm not a huge fan of doing that kind of stuff, but you probably have to do it, and it is what it is. I don't know exactly what the money will look like. I'll talk about that later this offseason.
I appreciate your videos when you are either about to work out or after you work out, Brandon. Let me pay part of your dues. Go Hawks.
Thank you, Kinetics. I haven't done one of those videos in a while. I've gotten a little bit better about not working out when things happen, I guess. Well, why don't you see a path to go back to back? I'd say this team is better positioned to go back to back than most teams. Like, to me, the main issue is we're going to be weak at edge rusher next year. Zeke, we can do a lot of that in free agency. We have a lot of money. We don't need those picks. It's not a good draft, guys. We're not going to be able to do all that in the draft anyway. We don't need to draft a running back. This running back class is not good. What would your favorite wide receiver 2 in free agency be if Shaheed goes with Clinton Cup retires? I haven't looked at the wide receiver free agents yet.
It's 6 a.m. in the UK. I don't know how I'm supposed to sleep. Go Hawks and love your coverage always, legend.
No, tonight's a good night to not sleep, Mammoth. Tonight's a good night to just not even worry about it. I'm old. I'm 36 years old. I can't stay up all night. Or, well, maybe I could, but I'm not going to. But if you're younger, then you can do that stuff.
I hate to credit the enemy on our night, but Christian Gonzalez is a fantastic football player. Thanks for all your content over the year. Blue heart emoji.
Yeah, Upo. Gonzo and Milton Williams came to play. Did anybody else really come to play for the Patriots? Not really. No, I definitely don't want Mike Evans. That guy's fixing to turn into a shell. I'm 32. Okay, well, not much better than me. You know, I didn't notice this live, but Derek Hall really owes his first sack to Jared Wilson. Jared Wilson literally pushed him away from Campbell and allowed Hall to get the sack. I think we do have to pay K9 because Charbonnet's out. Man, that sack by Riley Mills was insane.
SB61 Seahawks vs Steelers. Start manifesting now.
That's very funny, Cyrus. Mike McCarthy and 40 billion year old Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl. That's very funny. Horton hasn't done enough to be our number 2 next year, I don't think. Like, I like Horton, but I don't want to go into next season with him as the number 2. To me, that would be like asking for trouble. Yeah, don't really want Devontae either. He's too old. He's already kind of breaking down this year, I think. Could be Denver and Seattle next year. That's true. But, don't get caught up in recency bias. There's a real chance the Chiefs are back. Like, if Mahomes gets healthy enough to play well next year, that Chiefs team is probably going to find their way back. Yeah, Tutu Atwell, Jawan Jennings, not super exciting. Jawan Jennings is good, I guess. Yeah, I just think we're moving on from Woolen. We got to pay Witherspoon all that money. I don't think you should be paying 2 corners top money. What do you think DK is feeling right now? Conflicted, I'm sure. I'm sure he would have liked to have been a part of this, but it's all about the Benjamins.
Congrats Seahawks fans, fair play.
Thank you, Pats Nation. At least somebody showed up. Yeah, I know rampancy, but all the Chiefs have to do is make the playoffs. Like, if the Chiefs had had a healthy Mahomes and made the playoffs this year, I think they probably would have gone to the Super Bowl. Like, if they were the 7 seed instead of, who was the 7 seed? Like, no, it wasn't Buffalo. Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is nice, but I don't think we're going to be able to afford him. I don't think he's going to be worth to us what he's going to get. Well, I'm sure the Giants will be better, but I don't think they're going to be any good. Hmm. Yeah, Chargers. Like, if the Chiefs have healthy Mahomes, they might beat the Patriots in the first round and then just cruise to the Super Bowl. The AFC was garbage.
We haven't always agreed with all the Seattle moves, that is part of the journey. We both were unsure about Darnold, but we've reached the mountaintop, brother. It's time to.
Thank you, Glow. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this offseason was a good one. I wasn't really a believer. At the very least, I thought it was unclear, but it's worked out really well. No, the Cowboys' defense is way too bad to fix in one offseason. They legitimately have one of the worst defenses in NFL history. There's no way they fix that in one offseason. Like, you extend Spoon and you tag Woolen? No, I don't see it. I want to bring Shaheed back. Bottom line, I want to bring Shaheed back. To me, if you trade for Shaheed and then you only get, like, what, 12 games out of him, that's, not good. Yeah, I didn't think Bradford was very good today, unfortunately, and he is capable of playing a decent game, but today was not good. Still think our new OC is leaning towards Arthur Smith? I have no way of knowing that. I think he's on the list, but I have no way of knowing who it's gonna be. Thank you, Tanner. Yeah, I think we're obligated to bring Walker back. If Charbonnet didn't get hurt, I would be on the fence, but with Charbonnet hurt, I think you literally have to. Man, Drake May really stat padded like crazy in that fourth quarter. Hey, Reed Rum. Or Red Rum, or yeah, Red Rum. Yeah, Walker and Shaheed to me are the priorities right now. And then, of course, you extend players that are still under contract for a while. But still. I want to play the Bears week 1. I think that would be fun. I want to play the Bears. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Raiders are still probably going to be pretty bad next year, so Shaheed would have to be pretty cool with a lot of losing. It was a good night for us, Chris. We're not going to have to give Walker 20 million a year. That would be absurd. That would make him almost the highest paid running back in football. He does not deserve that. K9 is not Saquon. He's not even Jonathan Taylor. He's not Christian McCaffrey. Well, I mean, prime Christian McCaffrey. Those are the guys who get 20. K9 should not get 20. I don't even know if K9 should get more than James Cook. Yeah, guys, Walker's never even made a Pro Bowl. And he gets hurt a lot. Like 12 million should be about right. Yeah, refs were good. Now, Saquon won Offensive Player of the Year a couple years ago. Walker's never even sniffed Offensive Player of the Year. We know what happens when you try to turn Walker into a workhorse. He gets hurt. Ain't no way we should have to give Walker 20 mil. Not even close. Running backs don't get paid like that. Who won MVP last year? Hurts. Yeah, that's another thing too. Walker's not a good blocker. He's a limited player. He is. Hey, Mason, what's up? Yeah, I think you're going to have to sign Walker and then sign somebody else in free agency, like Rico Dowdle, because I don't think Walker by himself is going to be enough. Which receiver would you like to have next to JSN? I already said Shaheed. I want Shaheed back. Does cutting Cup to save money make sense? That I think that may end up happening, but it's not like we need money that badly. Maybe we can find some other way to make it work. Yeah, Javante would work. Javante. There's gonna be like Najee Harris is gonna be a free agent. There are a couple others. Brees Hall, although that's probably too expensive. I'm fine either way on Cup. We'll see what Cup decides to do, and then we'll make a decision from there. Are you valuing Shaheed for his special teams or receiving? Well, both. Well, both. Well, Walker, it's not like he can't catch. He just isn't. He's not CMC. But Walker's hands are fine. He just isn't a very good blocker. And the main limitation with him is that when you put too much on his shoulders, he gets hurt consistently. You have to protect him or else he's going to get injured. Other teams will be able to use the same system than McDonald. What? I'm not following that, Shalamov. Alante Taylor, if we let Woolen go, not a bad idea. I will admit that it's going to be really hard to replace Woolen's abilities in coverage, but you got to do it, I think. Nwosu cut. I can't bring Nwosu back for 20 million next year. I know that. I know he was good today, and he's not like a bad player, but I can't bring him back for 20 mil next year.
Did I hear Bad Bunny say pinche gringo lol?
I don't know, Cyrus. I was not paying attention. I was busy writing something for Seahawks on SI. I was not paying attention to the halftime show. You think Seattle should bring back Kobe? It depends on how expensive it's going to be because I have no idea what kind of money Kobe's going to get. That could go a few different directions. Does Reed, Williams, D-Law consider retirement with their age or run it back? I mean, my thing is Williams is still such a good player. If he retires, it would just be like, why, dude? You're still one of the best in the league. You just made the All-Pro team. You pay Hall and Mafe? No. There's no need to pay Hall. He's under contract next year. When do you think D-Law will retire? I think he comes back next year. I'll say that much right now. I don't know about the rest. But we can't expect him to be as good this year as he was next year as he was this year. Why is Nwosu getting cut? Because he's due 20 million next year, and we can save 11 and a half of it if we cut him. And I just don't think there's enough there to justify it. Like he holds up well against the run, but he doesn't really finish plays anymore. And he's limited in terms of what he does as a pass rusher. Well, Murphy's been really good all year. I don't think this was his coming out party. It was probably the best game he's played. Maybe not the best, but close. I love George Pickens, but what would he do here? We don't throw the ball enough. Nwosu was playing a lot better early in the season. As the year went on, I feel like he really wore down. You going to the parade? I'm gonna try. Yeah, what would Pickens do here? We don't throw the ball enough. He'd throw fit in game 3. Yeah, Will Campbell, that guy does not need to be playing tackle anymore, that's for sure. I think Drake Thomas is restricted, so we can just do a 1-year restricted tag on him. Pretty reasonably priced. Yeah, Arroyo didn't do anything. I mean, I don't want to make a big deal about it because it doesn't matter at all, but it is notable that Arroyo was out there. Darnold threw it like 38 times and never looked at Arroyo once. No, we can't cut Woolen, guys. Woolen's going to be a free agent when the season rolls over. Is Arroyo a bust? No, I don't think he's a bust. I think he's just kind of anonymous. I think he's just a guy. And that's the problem, right? You can get a guy in the 5th. Arroyo as a second rounder, I don't see it. I just think he's anonymous out there.
Thank you, Brendan, for all your great Seahawks videos. Love them. Smiley face emoji. How do you like Byron Murphy's growth and development in his second season?
Yeah, Byron Murphy's growth has been absolutely incredible. I don't really know what to say. I mean, what he was last year was just kind of a decent nose tackle. Now he's collapsing the pocket like a 3-tech. If Big Cat and or D-Law retires, what's the move? If that happens, we're in a lot of trouble because there's no replacing those guys. But I imagine you're going to go out there and throw a bunch of money at some. I need to look at the names. All right, guys, be right back. All right, guys, hold up because my friends at Sleeper are introducing some new features, and I want to tell you guys about them before we go any further. Sleeper is launching Team Picks, a new prediction market product. So now, on top of all the over-unders you can pick over on their Sleeper app, you can now pick on games. For instance, if you take a look to my left on the screen right now, you can see you can make a pick on the Super Bowl. They also have some bonuses available on over-unders for players. So there's now way more stuff you can get up to over on Sleeper. Get on over there before the Super Bowl, and don't forget to use the promo code SBN for a 100% match up to $100 on your first deposit. And don't forget to utilize the free $20 entry that you get just for making an account. So the Super Bowl is almost here. Make sure you get on Sleeper and have some fun with sports. And I know that promo acts as if the Super Bowl hasn't happened yet, but I think you guys, the point is the team picks thing is really cool. If the Titans didn't trade Simmons at the deadline last year, I don't know why they would trade him now, but maybe they would. Yeah, I mean, I respect Woolen's abilities in coverage. I think he's been very good this year, but I just don't think you can pay him and then pay Spoon and then expect to be what you need to be elsewhere. It's too much money at corner. Remember, Job is probably going to get at least 5 million a year. Either we bring him back or we lose him. Wouldn't you rather give Job 5 million a year? I don't know. I mean, Cooper Cup still has some juice as it turns out. Like, he played really good today. If Sam Darnold didn't miss him on a couple of throws, he would have had, like, 8 catches, I think. So, to me, like, Cooper Kupp showed that he can still play this year. So, it's not a matter of that. It's a matter of, does he want to keep playing? Job is getting close to 10. That's possible. What was your reaction to the Hawks winning? Just kind of relief, because there were moments in this game where I was kind of sitting there thinking to myself, this is going to be really embarrassing if we find a way to punt this, right? Like, it was 19 nothing. Then you had the really quick touchdown and then the 3 and out and then the first down. And it was like, wait a minute here. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I was worried when JSN went out because I didn't think our offense could do anything with JSN on the sideline. I think Woolen's a great cover player, but I just don't want to mess around with it. It's too much money. Do you think the Patriots made any changes at halftime? They spread it out a little bit, but that wasn't until like the fourth quarter. Yeah, there are always good corners in the draft. There are always going to be a lot of good corners in the draft because these teams run the spread. And because teams run the spread, defenses need a lot of really good corners to keep up. So there's always going to be a loaded corner class and a loaded receiver class, I feel like. Who's the veteran you can see retire after this? Well, there are a couple obvious ones, right? Cooper Kupp, DeMarcus Lawrence, maybe Jaron Reed. When it was 19 nothing, it really felt like the game was over. I know it wasn't, but like at 19 nothing, especially when New England screwed up and didn't go for two. Like, what was that? For some reason, New England kicked the extra point after their first touchdown. It was like, wait a minute, what are we doing? Yeah, I know that, Seakai. That's been done for a long time. Well, yeah, that it's kind of like 2 weeks ago was the Super Bowl. Like today was the Super Bowl, but it didn't really feel like the Super Bowl. It's one of those things where it does kind of feel like, wait a minute here, was this really? There is a part of me that is thinking about that. You gonna do a video looking at the caps? Oh yeah, John, probably more than one. Definitely, that's what it's all about. What did McDonald do in his play calling that shut the Patriots offense down? Now, early in the game, he was blitzing like crazy. He blitzed like crazy, which was kind of surprising to me. Yeah, I kind of expect Bradford to start next year, and that's fine, whatever. I'm not really that worried about it. Yeah, and the thing is, those blitzes left him super vulnerable, and May just never made him pay. May could just never make him pay.
The Seahawks are world champs.
Discombobulated. Thank you for the 100. Wow, one of the biggest. Among the biggest donos I've ever gotten. Thank you so much, Discombobulated. I don't think any guard we can draft will be better than Bradford. There's a learning curve for rookies. Remember, Zabel was not good until like December, honestly. He was workable, barely. Who do we feel about center? I mean, Sundell's fine, but you should definitely make an advance on Linderbaum and see what's up. How many free agent right guards? And not really. There never are. But right guard is also such an easy position. All you have to do is be big and strong. It's really not that hard. It's ridiculous that we've had such a hard time filling it. What do you think happens with Tariq? I think that he signs with somebody else in the offseason. By the way, you know who I can't stand? Broncos fans. Broncos fans have been really, really trash for like 2 weeks now. They are so butthurt. It's unbelievable. The GM publicly said he doesn't believe in spending on the interior offensive line. Well, that got him in some bad spots, so maybe he'll reconsider to an extent at least. Yeah, the Broncos are frauds. Their defense is overrated. Is Sean Payton on the what? Excuse me? No. Where did that come from? May as well ask if Mike McDonald's on the hot seat. What are we doing here? Okay, like Sean Payton's a douche, but he's a great coach and he's done a great job in Denver. So, no, he's not going to get fired. No. Well, Patriots fans deserve to be insufferable. Their team is really, really good and very, very successful, and they were playing against us today.
Hey Brandon. Just want to thank you for all you done for us. Multiple vids a day for years and always been on time to inform us about relevant Hawks news. You have made my Hawks fandom more enjoyable.
Thank you, Chris. I'm not going to stop either, believe me. We're not done. Dang, we are almost to the top of the tracker. I set the tracker at $250 because I figure we're never going to get there. But we might actually get there. Well, I figure we're going to maybe get there during like draft or free agency streams, but these post-game streams, no. Like the Broncos are not here. The Broncos were not playing in this game, and all they talk about on social media these last 2 weeks is how they should have been here, how they should be in the Super Bowl, how da da da. It's like, okay, go away. Today is not about you guys. Today's about the Patriots and the Seahawks. Like, go away. You're not the first team that got hosed by injuries. I know it sucks, but the Seahawks easily win Super Bowl 49 if they don't have a billion injuries on defense. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do the free agency streams this year. Those are some of my best streams. Frequently get over 1,000 people in those streams. Definitely going to do those again. I don't know what we do if we don't get Crosby because we're losing Mafe. It's possible we lose DeMarcus. I think we're losing Nwosu. It's like, what else can you really do? Even if you keep DeMarcus, he's probably going to be diminished because he's getting older. Like, yeah, I don't know. Every Broncos fan is doing the same thing. If we had Bo Nix, if we had Bo Nix. Bo Nix isn't even that good. I mean, you're probably right, but like the world does not care. Does anybody even remember anymore that Colt McCoy got injured on the first drive against Alabama in the national championship in 2009? No, people don't remember that. People remember that Alabama won.
Thank for the hard work and great season, Brandon.
Thank you for the 20 discombobulated, getting us to the top of the tracker. And nobody, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to like do something about tipping because tipping's actually better for me and nobody uses the tip anymore. Like it's actually much better for me when people tip, but because it's not as easy to use as super chatting, nobody uses it. Would Kubiak going to the Raiders affect Crosby to Seattle? I don't think so. I don't think so. But you never know. I mean, Kubiak was only here 1 year. It's not like Derek Jeter becoming GM of the Marlins or something and then sending them Stanton. No, you don't have to worry about that, Chris. It's great either way. It's just about the percentage that gets taken out. YouTube takes like 30%, I think, of super chats. and tips are like 10%. John Schneider blockbuster trades never work out. That's not true. And even if it is true, that doesn't mean you never do one. They didn't work for reasons that might be different than the reasons why the Max Crosby one would work. Like, okay, here's the question. Do you want to do something because you want to be right? Or do you want to do something because it's the right thing to do? That's the question that you have to ask yourself here, right? ASSB.
Driving through Seattle after the game was cool. People were honking and flying their jerseys like flags.
Thank you for the tip, Anonymous. Very cool. I'm not up there, but I'm sure it is fun out there. Jay Harbaugh can be promoted offensive coach. I mean, he can. I don't think that's a good idea. We have no idea what he would do. We have no idea how it would work. The Clowney trade was good. It wasn't a huge trade, though. It was like a third-round pick in Jacob Martin. Like, if you're playing poker and you have a kind of sort of decent hand on the river and your opponent bets 10% of the pot, you should always call because you only have to be right like 8% of the time for it to be profitable. You shouldn't call, lose, and then go, oh, I'm never doing that again because I lost and I don't like losing.
It
You
only
should be
costs
like,
$1 to make a longer text-to-speech message when you tip. Let me get AI to write a quick poem about the Seahawks.
thank you, Anonymous. The right mentality there is, oh, I lost this time. I'm still going to call the next time because it's the right thing to do. Yeah, I don't think Kafka works for this offense. Do you have goals regarding the Seahawks, or do you have the best championship is the next one mentality? What do you mean, Chris? A goal? No, I just want the team to win every game they play, and I know they're not going to, but I want them to win the games they play, period. Milrow, what we going to do? I'd like to trade him, but I don't know if that's workable. Oh, yeah, Craig Woodson played good for the Patriots, too. So those three guys, Gonzalez, Williams, and Woodson played good. Uh, yeah, I heard about the Valentine's Day thing. That's pretty dang late, man. Where do you rank Gonzalez in the NFL? I'm not sure. I don't know Shalamov. I'd have to think about that. Did Bad Bunny do that Gasolina song? That's the only I know it's not a Bad Bunny song, but I know he performs it. Did he perform that song at the Super Bowl? I know that's a Daddy Yankee song, but that's the only reggaeton song I know. Oh, he did? Okay. I know it's not his song, but I know that's a song that he's performed. And I know that's like one of the most well-known reggaeton songs. It's the only one I know. We only had 4 more yards than the Patriots. That's crazy. Yeah, Quandre and Shaq getting a ring is great. I know it doesn't mean as much to them as it would if they were big players on this team, but I'm sure they appreciate it. Well, there's a guy who might retire, by the way, Quandre. Does Quandre retire now? Yeah, I don't think Walker's going to get 15 million either. I just don't see it. Too many injuries, not enough of a bell cow. I'll always appreciate the Bruno Mars halftime. I think that was a really good one as a performer.
My Latina neighbor said she hated the halftime show BC of the slutty dancing.
Well, okay. I mean, I barely even noticed that because I was busy writing. Yeah, lock it. Bad luck, but so it goes, I guess. Yeah, Prince was a good halftime show. I don't really like rap, so I don't really know how to feel about the Kendrick Lamar halftime. Yeah, I've been to the VMAC. It was a long time ago, like 10 years ago, but yes. I don't remember the weekend super well, but yeah. Like, I don't even know who I would want to do a halftime show, honestly. Like, most performers that are still performing, I don't listen to a lot of music anyway, to be perfectly honest. So, I don't even know who I would want. Phil didn't play tonight? Phil who? Yeah, Milton had a really good game. Darnold actually kind of bailed out Bradford a few times with those escapes. Metallica would be interesting, dude. Does Metallica still perform? I'm not a huge fan or anything, but I would have some appreciation for that. I actually like the song that Dua Lipa did for the Barbie movie. I think that's a good song. But that's the only song of hers that I know. Now the Seahawks will never host the Super Bowl, I don't think. Did Daft Punk ever do a Super Bowl? I feel like they did, but did they? I'm fine with Sundell at center next year if that's the way we have to go. He's not a great player, but he's fine. Daft Punk never did the Super Bowl. That would be fun. Who do you think purchases the Seahawks? It seems like it'll just be Bezos, right? That seems like it's too easy. Maybe so easy it's not actually easy at all, but I don't have a favorite national anthem performance. Well, yeah, you can never make up for a loss, right?
I'll give you $1 for every Seattle band you can name in 15 seconds starting now.
Thank you, Anonymous. Dude, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. I don't know that many. I'm not a big music guy. My brother would do really well with this, but not me. My brother's a musician. Oh, Soundgarden. I do like Soundgarden. I messed up on that. That's embarrassing. I mean, look, sometimes things don't go your way. Sometimes you lose a game you should win. Sometimes you lose a game you should win in a really painful way, but you got to keep moving on. By the way, did anybody notice that Stephon Diggs caught a ball when the Patriots were down 22 points with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left?
Here you go. Deal's a deal.
Thank you, Anonymous. But after that, he spun the ball on the ground as a celebration, even though the game was over, and all he did was pad his stats. That was very interesting. Thank you, Ivan. Green Day's okay. Green Day has some good songs, but I'm not a big fan or anything. I mean, I don't care about him getting a penalty or not. I don't think that should be a penalty, but like, why are you celebrating a garbage time catch when you're down 22 points? Is there anything else to really talk about tonight? Yeah, I'm happy Joe played well because Job is a guy the fans beat up on unjustifiably. Job is a good player and people beat up on him because he's not as good as Spoon or Reek. But Job is good, man. People are mean to him for no reason. Well, not for no reason, but not for good reasons.
The Seahawks.
Would you want to sign a big time free agent in any capacity? Sure. Depends on who it is, depends on the money, but I'm always open to at least considering it. Fleetwood Mac would be fine. I could dig that. But I don't think they would ever do that. What about a Kanye halftime show? Well, James Pierce is different. James Pierce isn't even toxic. He's like legitimately a terrible human being and is probably going to be in prison. Like James Pierce is on a different level, man. I don't know if there are any Falcon fans in this chat, but sorry guys. I don't like rap, but Kanye does have some songs that I do like. Yeah, we can franchise tag K9. I don't think it's going to be prohibitively expensive. What would Mr. Beast do at a halftime show? He's not a musician or a performer. I didn't see Cardi B at the halftime show, no. Yeah, I am waiting for them to do the Taylor Swift halftime show because you know they're gonna rig it so the Chiefs are in it, right? I thought I was still surprised that they didn't do, like, the after the Chiefs won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, they didn't have the him propose to Taylor Swift at the 50-yard line. I was, like, totally expecting that. Foo Fighters have some decent songs, but I feel like they haven't been relevant in a long time. Chiefs are done? No, they're not. They still have Andy Reid. Until Andy Reid retires, they're not going anywhere. What team would Mafe go to? I don't know. He didn't do much this year. Hard to know. But I don't think it makes a lot of sense to bring him back here. Isn't Ed Sheeran a meme? K-pop at a halftime show. I could appreciate that on some level, I guess. I haven't heard Jason Mraz's name in 20 years. Is that guy still relevant? I haven't heard about Jason Mraz in such a long time, I forgot he existed. Did Harold Landry play? He played. You're right, though. I did not notice him. All the pressure New England got came from like Milton Williams or inside linebacker blitzes. Does the Rizzler do music? They could get the Rizzler, right? I mean, I'll watch the game back at some point. I don't know when. Did the Rizzler do a halftime show? Does he do songs? I don't know. Well, who performs the sticking out your giat for the Rizzler song? They could get that person to do a halftime show. And then it's just 15 minutes of The the stupid Rizzler song on a loop.
Do you thinking we maintain most of the defense? Realistically? I'm happy with Quandre gets a ring.
Jaden, I think we're gonna lose Mafe, Woolen, and Nwosu. I think we can keep the rest. Well, no, Kobe is probably gone too. I think Geno to the Chiefs actually makes a lot of sense. I actually like that a lot. I think he could be pretty decent until Mahomes gets back. I think that makes sense. They're gonna need somebody like that, like Geno or Kirk Cousins or, something in that vein. Any one of those you'd want to keep? Not especially. Maybe if Kobe's cheap enough, but I have no idea what Kobe's gonna cost. Oh, okay. So there was one trailer that looked interesting on during the commercials, but they didn't show the title of the movie, and I thought it might have been that film critic thing, the Tarantino thing, which I thought was a bad which I thought had been canceled, but apparently it was The Adventures of Cliff
What
Booth.
former Seahawks do you most wish was here to get a ring today?
Anonymous, thank you. Lockett stands out as the most obvious one, right? Because he was such a consummate professional. But really, anybody who put in good work for this team, like Gino, like DK, like Chris Carson. Yeah, the Brad Pitt one, Sekai. Yeah. That actually looks interesting. But I thought that was a trailer for the film critic, which I thought had been canceled, and I guess maybe it still has been canceled. There were not a lot of good trailers in the Super Bowl, by the way. Uh hmm. Like Disclosure Day, right? Disclosure Day. Um Project Hail Mary, which wasn't even a trailer, it was just like a clip and then go online to watch the real trailer. And that was it. Oh, and the Cliff Booth thing, but that's it. Like, I feel like in the old days, every Super Bowl, there were like 4 brand new trailers that looked really cool. Like, the Matrix trailer premiered at a Super Bowl. Nwosu's not a free agent. He's got 1 year left on his deal. I feel like he's going to get cut, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay. The Jurassic. Well, no, not Jurassic World. That wasn't a Jurassic World trailer. That was a Xfinity commercial that looked like Jurassic World. Yeah, I don't care about the Super Mario Galaxy movie though. Like, I didn't even see the first one. Um, like, no Avengers, no Odyssey, no Spider-Man, no Dune. Like, all the big movies did not get trailers at the Super Bowl, which is rare. Any good movies from 2025 or 2026 that I should watch? I'm not a big movie guy. Hold on. Let me see here. Um, Movies from this year or last year. Um, I like The Running Man more than most people. Marty Supreme was great. Sisu 2 was excellent. If you're into that kind of thing. F1 and Ballerina. I guess those would be like the main ones that I really liked. There was a Star Wars Mandalorian movie trailer. Yeah, and it looked terrible. Like, I don't know why that would make anybody want to watch Mandalorian and Grogu, which I already don't want to watch. So it's like, I don't know. That didn't do much for me. Um, just I think Disclosure Day looks really good, but that was the only thing that really caught me, and Project Hail Mary wasn't even a trailer. Yeah, Dune Messiah. Well, I don't know how many people even remember this, but the way Pete Carroll acted after we fired him did bug me. So I would be kind of interested to know what he would say now that the Seahawks won the Super Bowl 2 years after they fired him. I am interested, what would he say knowing that we so quickly pivoted away from him and got back to the top of the mountain. I think the 2025 Seahawks would win. They have a much better offense. What makes this offense better? Um, Mostly the offensive coordinator and the designs. And they definitely have a better receiver, right? Do you still have respect for Russell Wilson? I mean, not with what he's doing right now. Like, it's hard to have a lot of respect for somebody who is ruining, like actively ruining a really strong legacy by being completely delusional. Will the new OC help or hurt Darnold? It's more likely it hurts, right? What do you think of the Pokemon commercial? What was it selling? Just Pokemon cards? Mhm. 30th anniversary of Pokemon. So it's not even selling anything. That's a lot of money to spend when you're not even trying to sell something. All right, guys, be right back. All right, guys, hold up because my friends at Sleeper are introducing some new features, and I want to tell you guys about them before we go any further. Sleeper is launching Team Picks, a new prediction market product. So now, on top of all the over-unders you can pick over on their Sleeper app, you can now pick on games. For instance, if you take a look to my left on the screen right now, you can see you can make a pick on the Super Bowl. They also have some bonuses available on over-unders for players. So there's now way more stuff you can get up to over on Sleeper. Get on over there before the Super Bowl, and don't forget to use the promo code SBN for a 100% match up to $100 on your first deposit. And don't forget to utilize the free $20 entry that you get just for making an account. So the Super Bowl is almost here. Make sure you get on Sleeper and have some fun with sports. All right. So I think we're probably winding down at this point. There's like 127 people in here right now. I don't think I'm going to go too much longer. Yeah, I saw the Puka tweet. That was really weird. That came out of nowhere. Chris, I don't know. It's tough. The thing is, in Super Bowl 48, when we got to like the third quarter of that game, I kind of felt bad for the Broncos. So it was weird. There was definitely a part of me that was like, I just kind of feel bad now. I did not feel bad tonight at any point. But 48 is still the first one, right? I think this season is almost sweeter, getting kind of revenge and after the previous decade. I think it's closer than you would expect. How do you feel about Riley Mills for next year? I mean, I don't know how much he's going to get to play if Leonard Williams comes back. Williams, Murphy, if Reed is still here, which he probably will be. Like, to me, there's not a lot of room in the rotation, but he'll play a little bit, and he does have good game. What did you think of the State Farm Halfway There commercial? I don't really even remember that one. Yeah, it was a tougher division than 2013 as well. That is true. The Niners are way more likely to fall off, I think. The Niners have so many old players. It's got to be the Niners. Ugh. The only thing that can really happen with the Rams is if Stafford falls off a cliff. Like, that team is pretty young outside of Stafford and Adams. Oh, sorry, Caden. So is the hot tub stream coming? I'll probably do it tomorrow. I gotta make sure the hot tub is set up. Niners need a new GM. I actually agree. I think John Lynch is pretty overrated. Not a fan. Assuming he does anything, it's possible he's just a paperwork guy and Shanahan's the real power. But you can't fire Shanahan. He's way too good. I don't know exactly. I'll do it sometime tomorrow night, I think, Yoda. We'll see. Remember, Kittle's probably not going to play very much next year. It could be a couple months into the season before Kittle plays. Think about that. And they're probably losing Jawan Jennings. McCaffrey needs to move to slot receiver. Like, what is Brock Purdy going to do next year, man? So I have Sports Center on. The only clips they show of the Patriots offense are the sacks and the two big plays to Matt Collins. That's the only thing I'm going to remember from this game now. The sacks. Well, technically, one of them was the interception by Nwosu. And then the two big plays to Hollins. Needs for the offseason. We'll talk about that a lot, RSF. I'm not going to get into that this very second, but that will definitely be a topic of conversation this offseason. I make all kinds of videos about stuff like that, so yeah. Is Brandon still streaming, by the way? He said he might go all night. Yeah, he's still streaming. It is winding down a little bit over there, though. Yeah, I don't know how Nwosu caught that ball. Twitch tonight? No, I'm probably going to Twitch tomorrow. Twitch tomorrow is reasonable. What was your thought of the defensive back punching Diggs in the face? I guess the game was kind of over then. I think Gino's arm is a little bit worse than it used to be, but it actually got better as the year went on. And he actually started playing better. So there's a small fall off, but I think you put him on a team like a decent team, he'd probably go back to being a pretty good starter. Yeah, I'm tired, and I gotta make videos tonight too. I got stuff to do. Hey, Austin. Yeah, the Rams game's interesting, right? Because Darnold had to play so good for us to win because nothing else worked in that game, right? Like we couldn't run, we couldn't play defense, so that one, I don't know. That's tough. But Gino absolutely could have done better than what Darnold did today. Like Darnold completed half his passes today, and he did put it in harm's way quite a bit. Ah. No problem, Austin. Ah. Any gaming tier lists on the way for the off season? I might do some tier list stuff in the off season, yeah. I just have to pick stuff that people will care about. Job at 14 is way too high. I'm not bringing him back for 14. Ugh. No, I'm not bringing back Woolen at 23. Yeah, we should get the opening Thursday night game. That should be how it goes. Mm-mm-mm. What do you think McDonald can do next year to prevent struggling versus McVay? I think he just needs to get edge rushers that can win straight up. Mm. 3 years, 14 for Job. Oh, no, I would do that. 3 years, 14 is fine. I would definitely do that. Do you think JS will re-sign Woolen? Probably not. You guys remember the clip from McDonald after Woolen's penalty in the against the Rams where he was like, "Yeah, of course." Like he knew who it was. He was like, "Eh." I don't know what the odds are we have Crosby next year. I can't really answer that. Yeah, Crosby to the Bears makes sense. Crosby to the Rams, Crosby to the Niners. It could be a lot of different locations. I'm going to try to go to the parade. We'll see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, the Palomalu thing's interesting. I mean, it could be a coincidence, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Would you do first, third, and Hall for Crosby? Oh, easily. That would be cheap. Yeah, everybody on the team, including players that aren't on the team anymore but were, gets a ring. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I like Hall, but you got to break some eggs to make an omelet. Apparently, we can't play the Rams opening game because they're playing the Niners in week 1 in Australia, right? That's what we've been told. I think so, Chris. We don't know yet, though. We're not going to know until April. Oh, yeah. Did we even get a Supergirl trailer today? I didn't see a Supergirl trailer. Did I just miss it? Or was there no Supergirl trailer? Yeah, Chiefs would be fun, but Mahomes wouldn't be ready by then. We'd probably be playing against like Kirk Cousins or something. Ugh. I feel like the Patriots are going to crash back to earth pretty hard with a harder schedule. Like, I don't know. I think that's probably like a 9 or 10 win team. The Cardinals signed Nathaniel Hackett, so maybe they get Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. Like, I know that sounds like a joke, but they did get Hackett. Well, Hackett's not going to call plays. It's going to be LaFleur. It doesn't matter. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. We've gone for a couple hours. I got other things to do tonight. Seems like people are winding it down anyway. But appreciate this moment, man. We are the best team in the league. We are the Super Bowl champs for 2025, and that doesn't come around every day. So all I can do is keep moving along. We got plenty of off-season content coming up. Stay tuned. And yeah. Everyone have a good rest of your night. Go Hawks, and today's a special day.